And welcome back. We're so glad that you could join us and hang with us. You know, I really think that it's important for us to put our best face forward. You know, it's important for us to look our best always, promote our business, promote what we do. And so we invited Aaron Hogan, who is a phenomenal, extraordinary photographer. And I hope you don't blush when I say that, because we're going to show some of your work in just a minute. But you really have a way of capturing people's soul. You have a way of capturing their love of each other or their family or what they do or where they go. And Aaron did a little photo seminar for a group of us not long ago. And it's just, his perspective was just really cool. And so I just thought you could come share some of your work and tell people kind of what they need to be thinking about as they're presenting themselves in this new year.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. This is a pleasure. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I Wander Photo is and what we do. We started as a photography studio doing like portraits and weddings, and grew to, of course, families, and then eventually corporate work, headshots. And then I thought, man, I love giving back in some way. I've always worked with nonprofits to promote their businesses at like discounted rates. And so I just wanted to do something in a more powerful way. So I started teaching photography classes. This was about 2009 when I started teaching. I'd been in business for myself for about 6 years at that point. And so photo classes is the way that I began doing that. And I've honestly met a bunch of cool people that have had me take advanced classes. And so our new building that we just finished building on Goodwood has a whole education part to it upstairs. Above the photo studio is a like a teaching room, and so I have a projector screen set up, and I do classes. My wife teaches acting, and so she uses it for teaching kids acting classes as well. So we like split it up, and so we didn't expect it when we started thinking about the studio that we're going to build to have it as an education part of it, but I think it just makes sense because a lot of our clients want to take their own personal photos, you know, or vacation, whatever. So, yeah.
So what inspired you initially to want to do photography, and then, of course, you know, putting your own signature on it?
I'll be honest, it was pretty simple. I fell in love with light, to be honestly. So in 2000, I was just finished high school, went to Italy, fell in love with light in a golden colored, a yellowish tree where literally the light was backlight. It was backlighting through this tree. And I thought, I want to capture that. Took a picture of it with a point and shoot camera that I had, and it came out like crap. Yeah. It did not look good. And so I thought, I want to learn to capture the world as I see it and actually feel like I'm there again, like transported to that moment. And so I began to discover how much I loved photography. Yeah. And backing up a little bit, I was heavily bullied in 8th grade, and I've always was drawn to like the rejected people, you know, people that were like downtrodden, and I got beat up a lot. It was kind of a sad time for me. So when I discovered I liked photographing people, I wanted to photograph those that felt rejected as well.
Maybe
and to
invisible.
give them a self-esteem, right.
Yeah.
Give them like a self-esteem boost. So when I do headshots or something simple like that, or even especially seniors in high school, or people that were my age, like 12, 13, that need a self-esteem boost, I work really hard to build them up during the shoot, to elevate them. And I think that's really what has always separated my work, is that you feel like you really know the person because they feel seen and heard in the picture and valued. And so that's what I teach to when I'm teaching photography to people, and especially if it's portraits. I'm like, the camera is a tool, it's cool and all, I love it, but really I love to let people feel like they've been seen and heard and valued. And so the camera often gets in the way of that. I'm doing a headshot, I'm like, God, I want to capture this person's beauty, and this camera is like a distraction in some ways. So many times I'm having a conversation with them before the camera even comes out. And so that's what I try and teach to my team whenever they're doing photos, like learn to capture things with your brain and see like, what is it about this person that's unique? And then seek to do that without a camera first, and then bring up the camera really quick, you know, get the picture really fast. So
I love that.
It does make the photo feel much more personalized, rather than, oh, that's pretty light and a pretty background. Like, that's cool, but like that person, that's who they really are. That's
you
what I'm
do
passionate
capture that, and we have some of your photos that we'd like to show for people to see just some of the work that you do. And so this is obviously a family portrait, but I love that it's not so posed. So let's kind of scroll through, and then you tell us a little bit about these.
So
Love
like I said,
that.
I started in weddings in the beginning, and then got into like honestly engagements. That's a wedding in a backyard.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of elopement weddings this past year because COVID,
Right.
So like things that were extreme, elaborate circumstances now are like backyard shindigs that still have the emotion.
Right.
This is an Austin wedding
I
we did
love
this year.
that. That looks like Lake Austin, near that area.
It's outside of San Marcos area.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and this
Look
was
at
this is an
that.
elopement
Wow.
wedding to the Rocky Mountains that was supposed to be a huge New Orleans blowout, and ended up being just a couple people that went to the Rocky
Mm.
Mountains. Underwater is probably the thing I'm most passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
In 2015, I started doing underwater photography of like my clients, whether it be
Wow.
children, a few children, weddings, dancers, a lot of dancers. I love the way the movement is. I take my lights, shoot them into the water, and I'm on scuba equipment, so it's like a full day operation
Wow.
to do an
Wow.
underwater portrait session. But again, it's about capturing like movement and light and the soul of this person. I'm obsessed with dance and underwater, and the way light moves
amazing.
underwater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I've
That is
done-
incredible.
Love that.
Thank
yeah.
you.
I think we should do an underwater photo shoot.
I don't know about that.
I think we should. I'm all about that.
I don't know about that.
I'm all about that.
As long as I can wear one of those flowy dresses. And
Oh yes.
That's all right.
Everybody looks good in the water with the flowy
I
dress.
learned a lot about waterproof makeup in that doing that.
Oh, sure you did. I bet you did. But one of the things is that you want to bring people together to share their passion and their gifts and their talent. And so in your space, and I didn't get to see all of it, I got to see some of it, but you have a collaborative space where you want different artists, photographers, makeup artists, and others
Yes.
that want to come in. Tell us about that space and that big overhead door that can come up and just open up different opportunities.
So one of the most unexpected parts about this building process was creating a space that we could use for a variety of things that may not have anything to do with photography. I built it because, I wanted beautiful soft daylight coming through the glass door, facing north. North light, for all those people that know, is the best. And then when we had it built, it's a beautiful white room with like curved walls where there's like no right angles, so that the light is really soft coming through there. Laura, a good friend of mine, Laura Sue, who is an event planner, was
Yeah.
like, you could use this space for a lot of things, small little gatherings, teaching seminars. We have a salon, a hair salon connected to the studio, and so those girls could do their teaching if they wanted to teach like makeup technique or hair technique. My wife, obviously, acting classes,
Yeah.
bringing in talented people to learn from. And then like a dentist connected with us and said, hey, we do continuing education credits for other dentists in the area. We need a space. I love the space you have. Could we like collaborate and do this? So he comes twice a month. We did like a harp recital. We opened the big roll-up door. It's about a 14 by 12 door, and it just allows the open air, so people during this time felt comfortable during COVID, and it became a multi-use space. We've done a woman's 45th birthday party. We really want to have it where brides who don't have a really cool venue to get ready can get ready there before their wedding.
Oh, that's a great
so
idea.
Other photographers and videographers can rent it out as well to use, and we have tons of lighting we can put a package together. So we've tried to promote it to the creative community to start using it, to use it for their own creative projects as well, not just for me. I didn't build it just for my studio.
So you just
That's cool.
opened your mind, opened your creativity, and invited other people in.
Absolutely.
And that is going to be a very iterative, constantly evolving, great community that's going to grow.
Yeah, I can't wait to go see the space myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
for you
We're going to
see
have
it.
to
It's
do
like,
that.
the cover. It sounds like you thought of everything that would make it for the perfect photograph.
And a lot of people are so self-conscious when they go to get their photo taken. They feel like there has to be some sort of perfection about
Oh, my
them,
gosh.
but it's not. That's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for is the inner beauty and the
Authenticity.
spark. Yes.
One of our motto is raw beauty defined, and one of our values as a company is authenticity. I preach this to my team, and it's so people feel like they can be their authentic self in the space. They just relax. It's a gigantic white couch. They just sink in there, relax before their photo shoot. Get
That's
comfortable.
great. So we don't have but a minute left. I want to know, in the name, I Wander, How did you come up with that?
There's an essay written in like 1836. It's a transcendentalist piece called Nature, and there's this eyeball that literally has legs in this poem, and it's this eyeball that walks all around the countryside. It's before cameras were invented, taking visual snapshots with its eye of the scene, and it wandered around. This is 2003. When I had my first website, I was supposed to name it something. I was like, I Wander.
love it. I love it.
I love
knew
it. That
there
is a
was
great
story
name.
behind that.
Well, Erin Hogan with I Wander. If people want to find you, they just need to go to iwanderphoto.com. You've got a beautiful website with just galleries of different things that people can look at, and a lot of people that you will recognize there as well. So we're so thankful that you could be with us. We really do appreciate it. And we hope that you'll come back. You'll share more of your work, and we're going to post some of your work on our Facebook page, some of the things that we didn't show and some things that we do. So thank you, Erin Hogan,
Thank
for
you very
being with
much.
us.
Yes.
And just remember, if you're going to rock it, make sure you rock it right. Woo!
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore everything Louisiana has to offer. Fill her up and try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways and rediscover the character and characters that make our state a lot like nowhere else. Louisiana is a trip. Take one today and enjoy a close-by, far from ordinary adventure that's sure to feed your soul.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.